Okay, so if you can hear me loud and clear, please type a yes in the comment section. Good morning, Paul Obasi. Okay, good morning. Good morning. Thanks for typing the yes. Francis Ememushe. Pardon me if I didn't pronounce it well. Good morning. Any other person? You can hear me clearly. Please type a yes. Madam Monaji, good morning. All right, so we can start. So today is 22nd of January 2025. We're having our money analysis. We look first at the fundamentals, then we'll look through the technicals to know the direction the market is going. Now, today we don't have much fundamental events. We have WEF annual meetings and it's all day. Nothing like previous forecasts, nothing, just blank. And the other event will come up by 4:15 p.m., which is the Euro. It's a medium impact event. European Central Bank President Lagarde will give a speech. Also for speeches, there is no data attached to it. So uh, we need to just trade with caution because on a day like this, it's also possible the market might range because there is no sufficient fundamental to push the market. What happens is that it's fundamentals that actually uh, helps in terms of volatility in the market. So when there's no fundamental, market can be a bit quiet. It may range, or sometimes it may have a regular volatility. Just spikes instead of defined movement. So we need to trade with a lot of caution. Hey, good morning, Mr. Lasisi. Macaulay, good morning. Clement, good morning. Francis, and every other person that's saying hi, good morning. All right, so we'll move straight to our technicals. Good morning, Ekpe Ambassador. All right, so we'll flip over now to MetaTrader. Let me get my MetaTrader working. Okay, so now we're going to be trading other pairs not really related to the dollar, other cross-currency pairs today, because that's where we have a definite setup. And the first one I'll be looking at is the New Zealand card. Now, if you were observant, I think I posted a trade setup on this New Zealand card yesterday in all the groups, as in a technical setup. We even analyzed it for the news that was released yesterday afternoon. But then the news didn't go out. I mean, the data that was released did not go as planned, so it didn't trigger. We expected the news to come out good for the card, so that New Zealand card will sell. But eventually, the news it was in between. It was a mixture of buy and sell. So the thing just led to some spikes, and the effect of that event was able to wear out eventually. But now that setup is still very much in place. The market still closed yesterday with this same rejection candle, which was in that analysis I posted. We still have that valid rejection candle closing the market yesterday. And the implication of that is that we will be looking for an opportunity to sell the New Zealand card in the course of today. You can see the resistance zone. Yeah, you can see this resistance zone here. Sorry, support here, turned resistance. And the day closed as a rejection candle on that zone, as in yesterday closed with price forming a rejection candle on that, support on resistance zone, which is a key level. So technically, we're looking for an opportunity to sell the New Zealand card. The other reason why we're looking for opportunity to sell New Zealand card is because we have price trending downwards in a falling wedge pattern. That also means we're looking for an opportunity to sell the New Zealand card. Now we can still flip down further to a lower time frame like 1 hour, and this is what we have on the 1 hour time frame. Price is forming a head and shoulder pattern. So in the course of today, if price, you can see this is the shoulder, a head, a second shoulder, possibly it may go up, maybe not. Then we'll have price break out downwards. Then we can look at an opportunity to sell the New Zealand card. I think before we round up the class this morning, I should be able to give a pending order for this particular trade setup. So we are bearish on the New Zealand card. And the same pattern we see on the New Zealand card is also available on the AUD card. It's still the same type of setup. Now, most of the time, AUD USD, New Zealand USD, AUD card, New Zealand card, they always have the same, type of movement because those two countries, their currencies are positively correlated. So they do have the same characteristics. They move the same way. So you can see the AUD card is the same thing. We have a support turned resistance zone, exactly like what we have on the New Zealand card. And also the day closed as a rejection candle, and we have a downward trend line. So technically, we are also looking at an opportunity to sell the AUD card, and we can flip again to 1 hour time frame to look for a clearer entry where we have a shoulder formed. We have a shoulder, a head. Maybe it may go up again to form the second shoulder before we now finally see the drop. We'll get to know in the course of the day as that unfolds. So we're bearish also on the AUD card. And the third one we want to look at is the Euro card. It looks like all these card pairs are having very powerful setup today. Now for the Euro card, this is the Euro card on the daily time frame. This is a symmetrical triangle. If you followed my analysis, whenever we do have symmetrical triangles, price could either break. If it breaks out upwards, it means we are buying. If it breaks out downward, it means we are selling. But then in the course of yesterday, price actually, broke out of the trend line and it hit a resistance zone up here, forming a rejection candle. So in my own view, I don't think this will keep going on. Now that doesn't mean it may not go up a little. It's possible it may go up, but then ultimately I'll be looking more for an opportunity for this to reverse downwards, largely because of this rejection candle here. Because what it means is that even though price broke out above the trend line, it could not break the resistance and the sellers were able to force price downwards. So I'll be looking more at an opportunity to sell rather than, even if it looks like it's buying, if it ever buys, I will just ignore that, but wait for a time when it will reverse. So I have a bearish outlook also on the Euro card, and we can still take it down again to a lower time frame like 1 hour, where I can draw my trend line and possibly still look at maybe a formation of a head and shoulder. If it happens, fine. If it doesn't, no problem. But all we're looking at is price breaking out downwards. So we are equally bearish on the Euro card. So all these setup are pure intraday setup, meaning they're going to happen in the course of the day. Now, I have 2 or 3 other setup that are purely swing trading. So if you're there on the platform, you're a swing trader. I know we've not done swinging quite some time, but then I have a setup for you for swing traders. Please, this is strictly for swing traders. Now, this is GBP New Zealand, and on the daily time frame, we can see that we have price trending upwards on the trend line. So technically, we should be looking at, price making the higher high. This is a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So the next wave is a higher high, which is supposed to be a bullish movement. That's on the daily. If we flip down to the 4 hour time frame, I can see that price is trying to form a double bottom pattern here. which will launch it into that bullish phase. So if price breaks out above the proposed neckline of the double top pattern, which is this region here, then it will be safe to trigger a buy on the GBP New Zealand. So I hold a bullish outlook on the GBP New Zealand. Now, please take note that this instrument can be volatile because the spread can be a bit wide. So if you feel that is not okay for you, then there is another setup I want to share, which is the Euro GBP. Now, technically, if GBP New Zealand is buying Euro GBP, is likely going to sell because here the pound is a quote currency on the Euro GBP. So Euro GBP is also having a bearish setup. And here's the Euro GBP. Now, for the Euro GBP, let me clean it out and start the analysis again. I've been watching this instrument, I think since last week, kind of, maybe towards the end of last week. Now, we have price trending downwards. We have a confirmed downtrend here with price touching the trend line multiple times and bouncing downwards. With the first touch here, second touch, there's a third touch here. We can see there is a bearish movement. Price touches the fourth time, give us a reversal candlestick pattern right here. That's the tweezer top, and it dropped. And price, touched it briefly last week, but it's touching it better this week. So we expect a bearish movement on the Euro GBP. Now, not only that, we equally have a very strong confirmation of a kind of a resistance here. Now, you can see here that there is a resistance. We have a valid resistance zone here. So that is also another confirmation that we should expect a decline on the Euro GBP. So if we flip down to the 4-hour time frame, right here we have a rising wedge pattern, which is equally a bearish reversal pattern, which will trigger a bearish trade on the Euro GBP. Now, currently RSI is at 51, so it's yet to go below 50. So we need to take caution. Okay, I just cited another valid reasons to look for a sell. I can also see a head and a shoulder right here, which is going to be another confirmation for a sell, all things being equal. So if we have that as a head and shoulder, then we will be looking at a neckline just around this region. All right. So once price breaks out below that neckline region, that neckline zone, then it will trigger a bearish movement on the Euro GBP. RSI must be clearly below 50. Currently it's at 51, so it's not yet time to trigger a sell. But once all these things are aligned, then we will be safe to trigger a sell on the Euro GBP. Let me look at something close here. All right, I think I'll also give a pending order. Okay, there's going to be Euro News speech in the afternoon, so I think we need to be cautious with this particular one, possibly after the speech. So I won't give a pending order. Maybe later in the day, if I need to give a direct trade, I will on this one. Let the news go. All right. So, but then we're bearish on the Euro GBP. We are bullish on the GBP New Zealand. We're bearish on the Euro GBP. All right, so I've given a 5 setup. The last one I'll give is just for educational purpose until it finally matures. But then that's part of what analysis is all about, so that we can put our eyes on it. And that is the BTC USD. The BTC USD. Let me look for it. So if you're there, you're a crypto trader. I said it times without number. Expect a lot of action on crypto during this Donald Trump, second era as the president of the United States. So this is BTC USD. If we go to the weekly, let's start with the weekly time frame. You can see that price retested a previous high, just in the course of this week. It retested a previous high, so forming a resistance level up there. And this is the daily, and on 4-hour, It looks like it's trying to form what is looking like a head and shoulder pattern. Shoulder, head, second shoulder. Will it drop down? Well, let's just watch and see. That's why I said for now, it is strictly for educational purpose until it eventually matures. Now, the question is, oh, if it falls, does it mean the bull run is over? Of course not. When we say there's bull run doesn't mean that price will just go straight from, from 100,000 to 200,000. No, it will. Price will always do a series of higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. That's how it's going to happen. So there's going to be some sell off before the next, cycle of a bullish breakout. But then, like I said, for now, all we can do is just watch. It's not tradable yet. Price is not exactly on the resistance. It hit the resistance, it's retraced, it's making a new high. But if it drops to this level, then we're going to be more sensitive, because it means any breakout below this neckline region means it's going to target this next support zone, which is going to be at about $90,000 per BTC. Yeah, so let's just watch. Like I said, for now, it's still for educational purpose and analysis. Pending the time, we can spot an actual breakout. So we have a potential bearish direction on BTC pending a breakout. All right, so for the benefit of those that are just who joined us a bit late, I've analyzed about 6 instruments this morning, and I did promise to drop a signal on one of them, which is the New Zealand card. We're bearish on the New Zealand card on the 1 hour time frame. We're bearish on AED card on 1 hour. We're bearish on Euro card on 1 hour. Then on 4 hour, we're bullish on the GBP New Zealand. On 4 hour, we're bearish on Euro GBP. And on BTC USD, we have a bearish outlook. We don't have a signal yet. We're just looking at the direction, the potential direction price may go. And it's looking technically as if it may go downwards. But then we're just watching until we see further clarity on it. All right, so that'll be all from my end this morning. Let's go back now to the New Zealand card so that I can drop the signal I promised on it. If you're on the platform this morning, you don't have an account with PU Prime, you're missing a lot. Whatever we're giving you is just a tip of the iceberg. You get more when you are fully with PU Prime. To be fully with PU Prime means that you have an account with us. So if you don't have an account, just go straight. Ekpe Ambassador is saying they can't hear me. Is that true? Is there any other person in that shoes? Can you all hear me? Let me type in the comment section. And if you can hear me, please type a yes. Okay, thank you. So thank you to everybody that responded. That means you can hear me. So Ekpe Ambassador, please check your I can hear. Thank you, Mr. Lasisi. So please check your device. Okay, so as I was saying, if you are on the platform, you don't have an account with PU Prime, just head over to our website straight away and type www.puprime.com, and you can open a live trading account with us there. The Euro AED signal you give, please, any signal we give, at least that I give, let me be specific to myself. Any signal I give that does not trigger same day, please, by the end of that day, just close it. And that's in response to Joshua Corey, and let everybody also take note. If I give you a signal, it does not trigger that day, maybe the market is not strong enough, as in there's no sufficient volatility to push price to that level, then just close it. The reason is because sometimes overnight there could be news, that may change the direction. Price may just trigger, as in price may get to that level, trigger the trade and reverse because of news. So you don't want to be caught in all that. So if I give you a signal, anything from around 5, 6 p.m., it doesn't trigger, please close it. That will be another one, the next day. All right, so this is New Zealand card. We have our recent low right there. We'll look at our entry just around this region. And we'll look at taking profits at the next Fibonacci level. So the next Fibonacci level is Fibonacci level 61.8. So we should be looking at profits in the range of about 33 pips. That's not bad. And we'll put our stop loss just a little pip, just above this recent high. That's proposing this like maybe to be our second shoulder, then the breakout. So we'll put our stop loss just above, some few pips above that level. 33 down and about 22 up. All right, so we still have the take profits at least on 10 pips above the stop loss. Okay, somebody's annotation tool is coming up on my screen. Please, if you're the one, kindly be careful with your annotation tool. Annotation tool is that pencil tool I used to draw on the screen. Somebody is activating his own. Please, let's take note. Okay, so I'll just do the signal now. We look at entry, New Zealand card sell stop. New Zealand card sell stop at 0.80968. Take profit at 0.80647 and stop loss at 0.81205. All right, so I just dropped it now in the comment section. You can pick it from there. And for those in the funded group, I'm dropping there also. So somebody was asking recently, what does it involve to be in our funded group? All you need is to have an account with PU Prime and have a reasonable, trading fund in your account. At least have something reasonable, minimum like maybe $200 thereabout. Okay, sorry, just a second. All right, so if you have a question, please go ahead and type while I try posting in those other groups. A question, or you want me to analyze a specific instrument for you, then you can go ahead and post. Okay, somebody's saying gold. So for those in the funded group, I just dropped signal for the signal for the New Zealand card trade. Gold is like there's a lot of interest for gold and dollar index, GJ. Okay. All right, just in a second. All right, so we'll look at gold. Okay, gold, gold, gold. All right, so before we look at gold, let's look at the dollar index because the dollar index also will let us know what's happening to the dollar, which is also a part of what we're seeing on gold. Now, this the dollar index. As of yesterday, we had a bearish outlook on the dollar index, and potentially we said that could give us a bullish movement on gold, and that happened. Gold went bullish. All right, so I found gold. So this is gold. Now, if you're looking at gold now, gold is at a resistance level. Is at a resistance level on the weekly time frame. And that means that there's a strong possibility of price reversing. This is a weekly time frame. This is the daily and 4 hour. You can see on 4 hour is already giving us a rejection candle, and this is 1 hour. Let's even go down to 15 minutes and see. This is 15 minutes. So we have a rising wedge pattern right there on gold on the 15 minutes time frame after price hits a resistance level on the weekly time frame. Now, this is a possibility for a strong reversal on gold. If you go to the dollar index again, you'll see that dollar index is actually trading around a support level on the daily time frame. Support and price got to that support level. So there's a potential for the dollar possibly to go bullish today. It's possible, and if the dollar goes bullish, then that will help gold to drop. So with gold on this resistance level on the weekly time frame, we might be looking for an opportunity to sell gold. Now, this is what I perceive could happen. This is forming a shoulder, a head, possibly may go up a little to form a second shoulder, then drop. So you need to put your eyes closely on gold today for a bearish movement. On 15 minutes, RSI is already below 50. So what we just need to wait for is you know the previous candle before now is actually price hit that weekly support, and you can see there was a slight bounce. So you may just go up again slightly, complete the second shoulder, and then drop afterwards. So I'll say that we have a bearish outlook on gold, except market dynamics change, but that's what I'm seeing technically at the moment as we speak. So that's for all those asking about gold, that's my outlook. I'm bearish on gold. So the other one is GJ and GU. For the GJ, there is a strong bullish sentiment, for the GU. And I believe this is what is causing it. Let's start from the daily time frame. You can see there's an uptrend there, just very similar to what we have on that GBP New Zealand. So it looks like the pound instruments might have this bullish outlook. Price is bouncing off the trend line on the daily time frame, making this is a higher low, a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. The next wave is a higher low, and that should trigger a bullish movement. So that's on the daily. If you go down to the 4 hour, the 4 hour already has what looks a lot. It's not perfect, but it's giving us the vibe of an inverse head and shoulder, which can also drive a price up. And the neckline, if we take that as an inverse head and shoulder, then the neckline is already broken. So GJ may be going up. Now, the person that is asking, are you on the trade on GJ, or you just asking for the direction of what may likely happen? If you want to pick a trade on GJ, what I would say is that if price breaks this current high, don't forget this current high is also a resistance level here. So if a new candle opens above this level, yes, you can trigger a buy on GBP JPY and target the next resistance level. That should give you roughly about 40 pips, in profit. Again, if GJ breaks this current level, that's the GBP JPY. If a new candle open above this resistance, then you can trigger a buy on the GBP JPY and target the next resistance level. The next resistance level is 192.860. You can target that, and that should give you about 40 pips in profit. Or just to be on the safe side, you may just target like 30 pips just to be safe. All right, so then the last one is the GU. But GU price has been trading around this support level on the weekly time frame, and we've anticipated a bullish breakout. But like I said, it looks like today the dollar might be going slightly bullish. So if you have a bullish outlook on the dollar, then it will really take a lot. It's only if price breaks this key level, this support turn resistance, that's when we'll see a bullish movement on the GU. So I will say trade GU with a lot of caution today. It's only if there is a lot of volatility to break this level, that is when you see a buy. Otherwise, there's more of a potential to at least sell to an extent on GU today. And if it sells, that means it's also preparing for a long-term bullish movement, because this will end up becoming a triple bottom pattern, which will now trigger the bullish movement later on, possibly tomorrow or any other time. But what I see happening now is we need a lot of volatility to break this level. Otherwise, price will just kind of sell. All right, so that is going to be all for this morning. That's going to be all for this morning. Thanks for joining this analysis session. Please take note of the instruments we have analyzed. We are bullish on the New Zealand, sorry, we are bearish on the New Zealand card. We are bearish on the AUD card, and we're also bearish on the Euro card. These are instruments that could give a profit in the range of some 30, 40 pips thereabouts. And GBP New Zealand, we're bullish. Euro GBP, we're bearish on 4 hour. Those are swing setup. Let's take note of this setup as the day evolves. And I wish you a happy trading day. And if you want a copy trading system that can get you started faster, you can always reach out to me. I've announced this many times. Get started and start making money. And you can even have that as a separate account while you still have your main account which you trade manually. It's all having multiple income sources in the forex market. All right, that'll be all for now. Take care and have a great day. Bye bye.